Good morning students, I am Shomajit sir. Today I am here to deliver my lecture on topic cardiac cycle. This is from the chapter body fluids and circulation. So watch the entire video lecture to get basics out of it. So without any delay, let's start with the topic cardiac cycle. So let's start. So let's start with the topic cardiac cycle. So you can see cardiac cycle, the phases of cardiac cycle you can see first is joint diastole, second is arterial systole, and third is ventricular systole. So it is the cyclic contraction and relaxation of heart for pumping blood. Okay, so what is cardiac cycle? It is a cyclic contraction and relaxation of the heart for pumping blood. So there are three phases of cardiac cycle. One is joint diastole, atrial systole, and ventricular systole. So first is joint diastole. So it is the relaxed state of all heart chamber. Okay, so it is the relaxed state of all heart chambers when the tricuspid and bicuspid valve open. Blood from pulmonary vein and vena cava flows into the right and left ventricle respectively through right and left artery. Okay, so semilunar valves are closed at this stage. So in joint diastole, it is the relaxed state of all heart chambers and semilunar valves are at closed stage in this stage. Okay. Next is arterial systole or auricular systole. So SAN, that is sino or sinoatrial node, generates an action potential. As a result, both the arteria contract. It is called arterial systole. So this increases the flow of blood into the ventricle by about 30%. Next is ventricular systole. Okay, so the action potential is conducted to ventricular side by AVN and AV bundle, from where bundle of heat is transmitted through the ventricular musculature. As a result, okay, ventricles contract. It is called ventricular systole. So during this, the arteria undergo diastole. So in the stage of ventricular systole, the arteria undergo diastole. And again I repeat, the action potential is conducted to ventricular side by AVN and AV bundles, from where the bundle of heat is transmitted through the ventricular musculature. Okay, so as a result, ventricle contracts. It is called ventricular systole. So in ventricular systole, it increases the ventricular pressure, causing first one is closure of tricuspid and bicuspid valve due to attempted backflow of blood into the arteria. Second is semilunar valve open. Okay, so deoxygenated blood enters the pulmonary artery from right ventricle and the oxygenated blood enters the aorta from the left ventricle. Okay, so now the ventricle now relax, that is ventricular diastole, and the ventricular pressure falls, causing the closure of semilunar valve, which prevents the backflow of blood into the ventricle. Second is the tricuspid and bicuspid valves are opened by the pressure in the artery. So in the cardiac cycle, the ventricles and the arteria again undergo joint diastole and cardiac cycle is repeated. Okay, so the ventricle and arteria again undergo joint diastole and the cardiac cycle is repeated. A cardiac cycle is completed in 0.8 second. Okay, so one cardiac cycle is completed in 0.8 second. So one heartbeat is equal to one cardiac cycle. So you should remember, or you should memorize, that one heartbeat is equal to one cardiac cycle. So a normal heartbeat is 70 to 75 times per minute. So average is 72 per minute. So in 1 minute there is approx 72 times heartbeat is there. So one heartbeat is equal to one cardiac cycle. So that means per minute 72 times the cardiac cycle is done. Now stroke volume and cardiac output, the volume of ventricle during a okay, so volume of blood auricles per minute rate you have given. So next is in the cardiac cycle we have heart sound. Okay, one is lub, another is dub. So first sound is lub, second sound is dub. So during each cardiac cycle, two sounds are produced. The first sound is lub. It is due to the closure of bicuspid and tricuspid valve. So you can see whenever the bicuspid and tricuspid valve, okay, closes, the first sound is heard, that is lub, and the second sound dub is due to the closure of semilunar valves. So when the second semilunar valves, that is aortic valve and pulmonary valve, closes, the second sound is dub. So one heartbeat is equal to a lub plus a dub. Okay. Next is electrocardiograph. Okay, ECG. Okay, electrocardiograph, that is ECG. So it is an instrument used to obtain electrocardiogram. Okay, so what is electrocardiograph? It is an instrument used to obtain electrocardiogram. So electrocardiogram is the graphical representation of the electrical activity of the heart during cardiac cycle. Okay, so electrocardiogram is a graphical representation of the electrical activity of the heart during a cardiac cycle. To get an ECG, a patient is connected to a machine with 3 electrical leads. So one to each wrist. Okay, one to each wrist and to left ankle. So to get an ECG, a patient is connected to a machine with 3 electrical leads, one to each wrist and one to left ankle. So one will be in the left ankle and another one and one will be in each wrist. Okay, so 2 in wrist and 1 in left ankle, that monitors heart activity. So for a detailed evaluation of heart function, multiple leads are attached to the chest region. Okay, so for a detailed evaluation of heart function, multiple leads are attached to the chest region. So you can see the picture. So an ECG consists of the following waves. One is P waves, another is QRS complex, another is T wave. So you can see the graph. Okay, so P wave represents the excitation, that is depolarization of arteria, which causes arterial systole. Okay, so P wave represents the excitation, that is depolarization of arteria, which causes arterial systole. And the QRS complex, that is, it represents depolarization of ventricles. Okay, that is ventricular systole. And the T wave, it represents the repolarization of ventricles. So QRS complex is the depolarization of ventricle, T waves is the repolarization of ventricle. So you can see the P waves, QRS and T waves. You can see the diagrams of the heart are given. First is activation of arteria, then activation of ventricle, then the recovery wave. Okay, so deviation in the ECG indicates the abnormality or disease. So if there is a deviation in the ECG, it indicates the abnormality or disease. So ECG has a great clinical significance. Okay, so it has a great clinical importance. Thank you, student. This is all about the entire video lecture. We have discussed about the topic cardiac cycle. This is from the chapter body fluids and circulation. So stay at home, stay safe. I am Shomujit sir, signing off for today, and again we'll meet in the next class. Thank you, students.